Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new to this channel, my name is Erica and I create hair videos, beauty videos, and lifestyle video guys. And if those things interest you, definitely consider subscribing to my channel. To my faithful returning subscribers, I see y'all. To my newest subscribers, hey girl, hey, thank you guys for tuning in to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. So I'm just going to jump right into the video. Today we are doing this navy blue smoky eye blue. It's probably coming off as black, but I promise it's blue. I wanted to do something a little bit more sultry. This is the sultry season for me. So yeah guys, if y'all want to see how I got this look, then definitely stay tuned. Alright you guys, so I already did one eye off camera. I'm going in with this e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer, and I'm going to be applying that to my lids just to give a nice little base. So any concealer that you have, you guys, you can definitely use. Just go like a shade or two lighter to make the blue really pop. I wish I would have went a little bit lighter just so that blue eyeshadow could pop, but I use what I had at the moment, and we're just going to be applying that all over our lid space. And you want to pat this concealer, and you don't want to rub or anything like that, because you're just going to rub the product off of your eye, and that's not what we want. Once we have that concealer on the eye, I'm going to be going in with my Black Radiance setting powder, and this is in the shade Banana. I'm going to be using a little sponge. I've been enjoying using this sponge to set everything. It's just a, what do you call it, triangle sponge. I'm just going to be using that to apply that powder all over so we won't have any patchy colors. So I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills palette. This is the Jackiana palette, as you know. If you do not know, girl, you might want to grab you one because it is lit, okay? I'm going in with that ginger color. It's like a warm tone brown, and I'm going to be going above the crease, kind of like a transitional color. I wanted to keep this kind of warm. I didn't want this to be too cool because the blue is a cool tone color. So I'm applying that ginger all over the eye. And once I do that, y'all, I'm not even sure if I showed the next color, but I'm taking a deeper brown. Okay, here we go. I'm taking Credit. It's like a deeper reddish brown, really deep, and I'm putting that right beneath that first color we apply. And y'all, this is super easy. This is a very easy eye tutorial. I probably use like 3 colors. I believe I use like 3 colors, and then we're just going to be blending that in. Alright, so next we're going in with this BH Cosmetic 3rd edition eyeshadow palette. You guys, I had this palette for years. I just keep it in my kit because you never know what colors you want to use. And this was the only blue I had in my kit, which is pretty sad, but I don't really use blues like that. I'm just taking that eyeshadow, and we're just going to be applying that onto our lid space. And you want to, again, pack your colors. I always pack my colors and then I go and blend, because packing your colors allow you to get the pigmentation that you want, and then you can just kind of blend away what you don't want. But if you start off just blending, you're going to blend your colors right away. So packing is best when it comes to makeup. It really is. Even with foundation and all that, it is really a great technique. So now I'm just taking a smaller brush, and y'all, I'm just blending, and I'm packing that color on, and I'm going back and forth just till I get the desired look. So the eyes are finished for now. We're going to go into my face routine. Y'all, I've shown my face routine so many times, but I decided to show this again for those who have not seen my face routine. I'm going to be using the e.l.f. Putty Primer. I absolutely love this primer. I'm going to be using this to cover, well, to just place on my pore area. This is where I have large pores on my cheek areas. And once I do that, I'm going to be taking that same setting powder we use on the eye space, and I'm going to be packing that setting powder onto the primer, and this just kind of creates a flawless, seamless canvas for our foundation. So at this point, we are giving Casper the Friendly Ghost, but girl, don't worry. It gets ugly before it gets better. Trust the process. Let's continue. I'm going to be using my Ruby Kisses contour palette. This is a cream contour palette. I'm going to be taking that orange shade, and like I always say, and I said in my previous eyeshadow video when I'm using dark colors, I personally always use a color corrector. If I don't do nothing else, if I don't use a color corrector any other day, Erica's going to use a color corrector when she's using some bold eyeshadow, especially dark smoky eyeshadow looks, because the blue is already creating shadows. And girl, yeah, we got little bags and stuff, but you know, we don't want the world to see that we have bags with this makeup look. So make sure you guys color correct underneath the eyes, around the mouth, whatever you need to do. I always put it underneath my eyes just so everything can look so flawless. So once I do that, I'm going in with my all-time favorite drugstore foundation. This is the CoverGirl foundation. It is a matte foundation. It does dry fairly fast, so you can work in sections. Normally I don't work in sections. I just kind of start with my cheeks, and then I just kind of move around. But this foundation is absolutely my favorite thing. Like, this is probably my 4th bottle. That's how much I like it. Once we have our foundation on, I'm going to be going into my concealer routine. I am using the e.l.f. Camo concealer. This is the matte concealer. Again, this is another mattifying product. It dries fairly quickly. I like to let it sit underneath my eyes because the longer you let your concealer sit, the more coverage you have. So even with this product, I will let it sit maybe a couple seconds. And then I'll like blend it, but you can definitely work in sections because again, this does dry down matte. You can also use a setting spray that's like dewy or hydrating, just to restart your concealer process. If the product becomes too dry, you guys, and you think you ruin your makeup, just spray like you use some water or like a great setting spray, hydrating setting spray, and it would just kind of like refresh everything. So I'm just going to be putting this concealer all over where I normally place it. If you are new here, I have a foundation video and my whole concealer routine. If you want to see that, I will definitely link this in a card above, so keep a lookout for that. Once I apply this concealer, I'm going in with that foundation brush. I did not apply any other foundation product on this brush. I'm just using what's left over just to kind of blend everything so we won't have any harsh lines. Next, I am going in with the e.l.f. concealer I applied on my lids early on in the video. I am using that hydrating concealer. The reason why I go in with a second concealer, y'all, this is slightly lighter. I like to give my face a nice little lift, and the contrast between that concealer and the blue eyeshadow is going to make this look even better. So that's why I like to do that. I'm going in using just this chocolate shade concealer from the Ruby Kisses contour palette. That is a mouthful. Just from that palette, y'all, I'm just kind of contouring just a little bit, bringing some color to my face because I don't want it to be super duper bright and we don't want to look super Casper-like. So I am adding some color back into the skin because foundation tends to just make you one color, and it tends to wash you out. Once I do that, I'm just going to be blending in that concealer, y'all, and then we'll get to our powder stage. So I'm taking this Maybelline Fit Me finishing powder, and I'm going to be setting underneath the eyes, y'all. I just started doing this and I love my results. Like, I was a little bit skeptical about using a finishing powder because normally sometimes people don't even use a finishing powder underneath the eyes because it is super pigmented and it does have color. It is different from a setting powder, but I'm going in with that underneath the eyes to give me a seamless, flawless, just under eye area. And I'm using this, I believe this is medium deep or medium dark, something like that. Maybe it's just medium. Everything will be down below, but I'm placing that where I normally would place my setting powder. And once I do that, y'all, I'm going to be going in with the Black Radiance setting powder. And I know you're probably thinking like, girl, what are you doing? Like, this is a lot. This is a lot. But trust me, keep on watching. Like, you got to keep watching, okay? You have to trust your process. I want to be applying that all over. And I'm even going to be applying that on the brows. I literally just started doing that as well. And it makes your brows just super, I don't know. For one, it keeps the oils down. If you're an oily girl and your eyebrows get oily, definitely try that technique. And it also gives you a soft brow look. You know, I recently dyed my hair this ginger brownish reddish color. You don't want heavy brows, you don't want intense brows because you'll look crazy, honestly. So I like to keep things soft on the face because my hair, and it's just another color at this point, and I absolutely love a soft brow. So enough of that. I'm going in with the blue eyeshadow, a black eyeliner pencil, and we're going to finish the eyes. That black just created that nice smokiness that I wanted, and we are almost done with this look. So lashes are done, and it's time to dust away all that powder. So I wanted to use this Black Radiance. This is a face powder. I believe it's also a finishing powder. This, I can't remember the name of the shade, but it will be down below. I'm just using that to dust off all that unnecessary powder. Or you can just pat it in, which I do most of the time. And then I'm going in with the darker shade. This is in, ooh, what color is this? I cannot remember. Again, please check the description box, you guys. That is just bringing some color back into the face, because finishing powder and that setting powder definitely had me looking very, very ghost-like. So I like to go in with the Black Radiance face powder to bring color back. And I like to go into their contour palette and medium to dark, and I like to just add that warmth and pretty color back into my skin because no one wants to look washed out. So yeah, like, this is pretty much the look. I mean, next all we have is our highlighter of choice. I'm trying to remember what I use. I'm using a blush right now. I think I'm definitely using Black Radiance Toasted Almond. What is that? The Bake Brush? The Bake Blush. Y'all can't even talk right now, okay? And then I'm going to be going in with a highlighter shade. I'm trying to remember what I use, but honestly, I cannot remember. Okay, I'm using the Artist Couture. And this, I think this might be discontinued. I'm not sure. This is the Jackiana one. This came out a few years back, but I'm using that. I did not want a super iridescent style, like highlight look like how I normally do, because I wanted more of the attention on the eyes. So I kind of went with something kind of like a rose gold color. You can use anything that you like. But I'm applying this to the nose, to the inner tear ducts, and I'm going to be applying this to the cheeks, just to kind of give a nice little glow, but nothing too harsh, nothing that's going to take away from the eyes. So lastly, you guys, I'm going to be spraying my face with this illuminizing spray. This just knocks all that powder and that dust off the face, girl, and it just kind of brings everything together. And I'm going to be lining my lips with the Wet n Wild Simmer Brown pencil, and I'm going to be using my Revlon lipstick in Nude Fairy. We just want to keep it simple, and I'm adding a clear gloss on top. This is going to be our nude lip. Let me get this hair together. Let me get this stuff together. And girl, that is the look. I hope y'all like this look. This was not what I initially was going for, but I ended up liking it, and we look good.